Well, hello everyone, let's get started. So loom bands first. So we're doing a unicorn, so I need some unicorn colours. What about that one? And I want something with a bit of red in because we're going to be putting a lovely Santa hat on our unicorn today. So I'm going to go for those two, I think. That'll bring me a little bit of luck while I'm decorating, I hope. So there we go. Right, let's get started. So the main colour of our unicorn is going to be white. So we want to keep that there. And then black for the eyes. And the other colours that I've got there, so I've got orange, red and green. I can't remember the colours then. You can choose any colour. So anything you've got left, anything at all, then you're going to choose the colours that are best for you. So let's get going. So got our white. What do we do first? We always give it a good old squidge, don't we? So give it a good squidge in your hands. Nice warm hands. Cold outside, let them run inside nice and warm. So we want to give it a really good squidge. And when it's nice and soft, then what we can do is we can start to shape it. So it's a big bit of fondant in our hands. We want to give it as much, it's quite tough to do that, the big muscles. So we're going to give it a really good turn in our hands. Okay, and then what I want you to do is sit them down like that. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get a nice flat bottom. And then we're going to change the shape. Now, if I show you this, can you see it's thicker at the bottom and it's going thin at the top? And that's what we want. And when you come to do Rudolph, which is a video that's out, it'll be the same shape. When you come to do a standing dog, it will be the same shape. And even a person, when you're doing the top of their body, it starts with a shape like this. So this is a really good one for you to get. So nice bottom. And then what we want to do is just smooth her out so she's nice and soft. Okay, so you might need to give her a turn. You might need to give her a squidge in your hands and try and smooth her out, whichever you find easiest. So if you find it easier to sit her down and do it with your hands, or pick her up, it's absolutely up to you. There's no right or wrong, which is great when it comes to this decorating. Okay, so we've got the general shape, and when we're happy with that shape, okay, which I think I'm going to say that's okay. So if I hold that up, you can see it goes thick and then goes slightly thinner as you go up. So it's not going up straight, it's kind of going up bent in like that. And that's the shape that you want to go for. So once we've got that shape, what we want to do now is we're going to use a cocktail stick. Now what you can use is some dried spaghetti if you want to do that, to make sure that nobody eats this. So we're going to pop that in the top and leave a little bit there, and my head's going to go there. So we're going to get another little bit of white. And again, give that a really good squidge. And once you've squidged it nicely, we're going to get it in our hands and we're going to give it a roll. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop it in our hands, and we're just, with our finger, we're just going to go in and we're just making a slight dent there. Okay, so a slight dent, and this is going to be where the eyes are going to go. And then you've got the front of the face. So I just took my finger there and just slightly went in and give it a little dent. Okay, now what we're going to do is, if you've got a tool or something with a small round circle, so where the dented edge is, we want to just 2 holes for the front of our unicorn. And then if you've got something that's round that you can use just for a little smile. Okay, just a little smile. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop her on there. Now you can either do eyes for yours, or you can do, eyes are very difficult. So what we're going to do is just get a little bit of water. We're just going to go over the top where we dented it in. We're just going to brush there with a little bit of water. And now what I want you to do is get some black, just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of black, as you can see there. Okay, and we're going to roll it in our hands, and look how much that black makes. Now what we want to do is we want to cut that off. We don't want it that long. Okay, so really careful if you're using a knife, guys, really careful, get something to help you if you need to. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that and we're just going to bend it round. And if you can, it is really fiddly, but try, if you can, to flick the eye out. So can you see there it's got a nice little flick? If you can't, just do it round. So it's like half a circle, whatever you find easier to do. Okay, so that's a bit long. I'm just going to take some off that one. So whatever you're going to find easier, so either leave it long, or if you can do the flick. Now you've already put the water on. Now a way that you can do the flick is you can get a cocktail stick and you can just try and flick the end up like that. Sometimes it goes and sometimes it doesn't. So you just give that a little go and a try, and then you should end up with two eyes like this. Okay, now what we want to do is we're going to get the legs done. So with the front legs, you're going to get some white. I'm going to give it a really good squidge. So again, make sure that that's really nice and soft. And then we're going to roll it on our board. So give it a roll. Now we don't want our legs to be too thick. So let's just give it a nice roll out. And we want, now it depends on the size of your unicorn, doesn't it? But what we want to do is roll it out. Now, if you're going to make the Rudolph that's in the other Christmas video, then this is the same way to do the legs as well. So let's just cut that in half. Now, what we want to do is we want to pop it to the bottom. I hold this up. You want to pop it to the bottom and see how long the leg's going to be. So I need to cut my leg off about there. Where you've cut it off, just neaten the edges. And let's just see if that's going to work. So you've got one going all the way up. Excellent, look at that. Now, a little bit of water on there to add that one, but before you add it, what you can do then is you can get your other leg, make sure they're the same size, and then you can pinch the other leg off, and then you know that you've got two the same size. And then what I would do is I would add a drop of water to the front, and then remember your thick edge to the bottom, thick edge to the top. And there you have your two legs. Okay, she's starting to come together. How exciting. Now, a bit more white. We want to do sort of the back legs. You do that in exactly the same way. So exactly the same way as you've just done for your front legs. The only difference is we put them on slightly differently, but we're going to roll it out exactly the same. So give them a good old roll. And try and get them the same width as the front legs there. Okay, again what I would do is I would cut that in half. And then what you want to do is you want to get your leg, bring it round here, and then see how far round it goes. So you're going to bring it to the front, take it round to the back and see. So we want our leg to stop just about there. Okay, so again we're going to tidy up the ends and we'll stick her on. So that's how your leg's going to go round like that. You're going to do exactly the same for the other leg. So to the side and then take her all the way round and see where you want to cut, and then just tidy up that one. So you want a little bit of water on the back. A little bit of water on that one there, make sure it's nice and tidy. Okay, so we've got our legs together. All our legs are done, which is brilliant. Now we can get on with doing the fantastic hair. Oh, this is amazing, I love this bit. So get any colours that you want to get. So I've got a little bit of orange here, and all you need to do is just roll it as thin as you can, so we can make some really nice hair. So give it a good old roll. Now if your board's sticky, make sure you can put a little bit of corn flour down if you've got a sticky board, or you can just pick it up in your hands and give it a roll. So the fun thing about this is the unicorns are so different because you're going to do different colour hairs, or manes I suppose you would call them, and they can be any colour, any colours you got left from playing. You know, and you can even do this in Play-Doh as well. So remember, it's not just for edible cakes. You could do this out of Play-Doh. So I've got my two colours there. I might just add a little bit of red. I want to keep some of my red for my hat, so I don't want to use too much of that. But I'm going to just use a little bit for the unicorn. Oh, so exciting. So there we go. So put all your colours together like that. And once you've got them like that, what you can do is you can twist them. So if we just cut them, pinch them together there so they stay together. Now you can plait them or you can twist them or you just leave them as they are. It's totally up to you what you want to do. I'm just going to twist these around, and when it gets to the end, I'm just going to twist the end like that. And then what we want to do is we're going to the end that we pinch together is going to go to the back, and then the others are going to come round like that. So a little bit of water on the legs like this, and then you're going to add it like that. So we'll hold that up so you can see. So we've stuck it to the back and then it's come round to the side. It's on top of the leg there. So we've got that one. Okie dokie. Now, using what you've got left, give it a little pinch. Now, can you see there that the red's slightly shorter? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. This is how fantastic this is. It's amazing. Right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put a little bit over the top. Now we are going to have our hat on and our ears on. So just cover the total head with a little bit of water. Remember to not use too much. And then what we're going to do, I think I might need to pinch that off slightly. Okay, is we're just going to stick that over the top there like this. All right. Don't worry because it's going to be covered in our hat, so don't worry too much about that. I'm just going to take a little bit off. So you just got that like that. Now a little bit of white for our ears. So 2 circles. Again, we've done this many a time with the circles with the ears. And again, when you do some of the other Christmas videos that you see, they start with the same shape as well. So get this one right and we'll be sorted. So in our hands, little circle, going to push it down slightly. And then what I want you to do is just pinch it like that. So you almost end up with a teardrop, which we've done many a time. So it's down, pinch, and you end up with a teardrop. Now what we want to do is the pointy bit is going to stick out. So we've added our water. Look, there's me going to add some more. I'm just going to use a tool just to help me stick that on there. Do the same with the other side. We've already added our water on, so we're quite lucky there. Oh, she's starting to come together. Now, you could stop there, but we're going to turn it into a Christmas unicorn because it's not just elves that help Santa at Christmas, is it? It's the magical unicorns. So to make a Christmas hat, we want a ball. We then want to roll it into a teardrop. So I'll show you that one, thick at the bottom, exactly the same as the body. And then what we want to do is just really thin out that top. So thin it out as much as you can and give it a bit on the side there like that. And then what we want to do is push this in so it goes a little bit flatter, and then that can sit on top of the unicorn's head. Right, so what we're going to do is push it down like that. Now, what we can do to make sure it sticks on is get a cocktail stick, go through the hat, into the head, go straight through. I'll just do that again. And then what we can do is we can hide that sticks there. So nobody will know that we've got that. And it's just keeping the hat on. And then the final little bit of snow on here, on there, and there. Now what is she missing? She's a unicorn at Christmas. What is she missing? Oh, she's missing a special unicorn sparkle horn. Now you might need to make this a little bit in advance to make sure it stays on the stick. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Oh no, the ball's fallen off. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Just move her back a minute. So you want to get some of your fondant, give it a good old squidge, and then in your hand roll it into a ball, and then roll it into our famous teardrop. Then you can get a cocktail stick or a knife, whatever's easiest for you, and you can just put some lines in there like that. Okay, then your stick needs to go inside. And then what you really need to do is leave this to set. Now, if you can leave it to set all afternoon, that would be great. And then what you can do is you can paint it. So once you've got the shape that you want, you can, if you want, buy these metallic gold edible paints. Now if you don't have these, don't worry about it at all. What you can do is make the horn coloured. So why can't it be a bit of blue, bit of orange, bit of yellow, and make it a nice coloured horn? Doesn't have to be painted, but if you did want to, then you would need to paint it and then let it set. Okay, so either or that you want to do, and then that needs to get poked in. And there you have it. There is your Christmas unicorn. How lovely does she look? I hope yours looks lovely. Send me some pictures. I can't wait to see. And Merry Christmas to you all.